Daisuke of the Economic Affairs of the Embassy of Japan, Mr. Kiuchi Daisuke of RIA, Dean Joseph Ryan Lansangan of the UP Statistical Center, Dean Rizalinda De Leon of the UP College of Engineering and Project Director of the Gas Policy Development Project, our important partners in the Philippine government that will be implementing the various rules and regulations and the law that is being crafted right now. Our valued partners in RIA and JERA, fellow workers in government, on behalf of the Department of Energy, good morning to all of you and our warm greetings. Today, we witness an important aspect of our partnership, not only with the foundation but with our valued partners in IRIA and JERA. With great pleasure, we gather here to solidify another fruitful partnership between the DOE and the Statistical Research Foundation through the implementation of the third phase of the Gas Policy Development Project. Dean De Leon has explained to us the context of this particular project, and in the last high-level consultation between the Philippine and Japanese governments in Tokyo last year, this is one of the projects that has been highlighted. If you're going to ask me, since we knew more than 20 years ago that our Malampaya gas field is finite, then we should have prepared as early as 10 years ago for all of these things. Now, it is unfortunate, but worth taking note of that we are playing catch up. And even our laws, the natural gas downstream law is being worked on by Congress at this time. And that's why it is important that the activities that were undertaken previously should be the building blocks of the steps that are to be taken. Thanks to the hard work of the individuals behind GPDP 1 and 2, major outputs such as the Investor's Guide, Natural Gas Development Plan, proposed regulatory process and research on power and non-power applications of natural gas are now available, laying out the foundations for advancing our local LNG sector. So some of you might ask, what standards did we apply if we are only working on the standards for the LNG facilities now? It's not that there were no standards, but what we have adopted were the international standards, internationally accepted standards at the time that these were built. And as Undersecretary Sales and Director Rino Abad have explained, we are looking at ways to further strengthen and tweak those standards and regulations that will be applicable to the industry. The Investor's Guide, along with the financial and technical recommendations from Phase 1, provided valuable insights for our potential investors. Now, as we enter the third phase, I am optimistic that we will achieve even greater accomplishments. The DOE stands ready to provide all necessary support to ensure its successful implementation. We at the DOE acknowledge our crucial role in developing a regulatory framework for the downstream natural gas industry. Thus, the release of the DOE's Department Circular in 2004, known as the amended Philippine Downstream Natural Gas Regulation. With this project, the Phase 3, we will enable the effective implementation of this circular by establishing codes of standard practice for LNG facilities, creating natural gas specific regulations for concerned agencies, and strengthening the capacity of our agency regulators. I would be remiss if I did not express, therefore, our deepest gratitude to the area and to the Ministry of Economic and Trade, of the Economy and Trade of Japan through the Japanese Embassy for their generous funding of this project. We are confident in the partnership between the Philippines and Japan in the energy sector. Japan, being one of the world's largest importers of LNG, possesses extensive LNG import terminals, storage facilities, and regasification plants. From their sophisticated infrastructures and advanced technology to their safety standards, learning from their expertise and innovative approaches is a priority for all of us. The goal is to promote the sustainable development and economic growth while also further strengthening our strong relations. In my statement with our Japanese counterparts last year, I emphasized to them that this particular project does not end with the LNG terminals in place, but that the long-term view is to shift from the fossil fuel-based LNG to more sustainable and more carbon-friendly fuels. So there will be work beyond LNG. We see LNG as a necessary transition fuel needed in order to balance our ramp up of renewable energy sources in the country. And so beyond that, we all have to look towards a carbon-free future. We want to acknowledge the contributions of the critical government agencies and thank you for your active participation, which has been instrumental in the success of this project thus far. I cannot emphasize enough the significance of this collaboration. We call upon you here to demonstrate with us our collective determination behind this vision and offer more than 100% support to see this project through until it translates into tangible investments in the energy sector. We likewise would like to express our gratitude to our partners from the private sector who were the ones who were looking for guidance from government even before. And Director Abad can tell you what they have been doing in order to meet those expectations from the private sector. And therefore, we are also grateful that JERA, which is from the private sector of Japan, is here to lend its expertise to the entire project. Now I can see from and understand better the context of the invitation that was sent by JERA to the Department of Energy and the Philippine government for a study visit to Japan from the Philippines, which should in fact involve our private sector. What is important is that that our private sector is the one that is going to drive the natural gas industry in the Philippines, because both the upstream and downstream sectors are in private hands, market-driven, and remain unsubsidized. At the core of our partnership lie shared values of integrity, transparency, and accountability. Let us therefore celebrate this moment with optimism and enthusiasm, knowing that together we are laying the groundwork for a more sustainable and energy secure future. Thank you very much, and mabuhay to all of us. Thank you.